Hello and welcome to yet another segment of Around the Wickets on the Papare.com. Now today we are privileged to have our interim coach Jerome Jayarathne, who needs actually no introduction, head of coaching at Sri Lanka Cricket, played for St. Thomas's College during his time in school and also played under 19 cricket for Sri Lanka. Jerome, along with the Sri Lankan team, enjoyed a very fine tour against the West Indies where Sri Lanka was very, very successful. So we thought we'll catch up with Jerome and find out what he thought about the West Indies series and also about the upcoming series against New Zealand. Jerome, welcome and lovely to have you.
Thank you. Likewise.
And let's start off with the Sri Lanka versus West Indies series. Just looking back, first and foremost, the players had said that, the dressing room was different and you were a very positive influence on the environment. You like to kind of expand on that?
Yeah, Roshan, what I really did was we took a lot of negative vibes away from the players. We looked at a lot of positives of what they have done in the past and what they can do. And we also looked at areas where we could have improved further. And I think along with my staff made them as comfortable as possible. They could approach us on any personal issue or official issue, coaching matter. And we also went ahead, made some changes within the dressing room. We wouldn't want to discuss if a catch had been put down. We wouldn't want to discuss that. And a toss wouldn't have decided the game, the outcome of a game. And statistics, I say records are meant to be broken. Like if you had to chase 300, we would chase it down. So we kept only the positive vibes within ourselves and try to negate the negative vibes.
Yeah, no doubt. I think always you need to be positive with the team environment and, you need to get rid of the negatives that you said. But let's reflect. Let's look back on the West Indies series. Now, West Indies weren't a great side. Let's accept that. But it doesn't take anything away from Sri Lanka's win. But after being defeated by India and Pakistan at home, how important was this series win against the West Indies, and what would you like to recall in terms of the positives that came out for Sri Lanka?
Very good question, Roshan. We had to come up with a good performance because if you keep back-to-back, if you keep losing tours and matches, it becomes a bit of a big problem within the camp itself as a nation as well. And what happened here was we did have to beat them. We had to win to get some momentum into our game going into a tough series in New Zealand against New Zealand, who are playing some very good cricket right now at the moment. And also I would say that the players itself, there was a lot of thirst in the camp. We have lost a few greats in our team and they need to step up into the big shoes. So, you are in the deep end here, there is no way out, you either sink or swim. So, I think it's quite good at the moment anyway.
So, you still, you now don't think that Sri Lanka is the worst fielding team in Asia?
I think they picked up their field. There was actually what I really meant out of that was not in Asia. I didn't compare them
amongst
to Singapore.
Amongst the playing countries. Yeah.
We were down. That's a fact. We saw the way Pakistan's fielded here, the Pakistanis, the Indians, and even Bangladesh are playing some very good cricket. And what we really did was I made sure that the fielding coach and the trainer, the physical side, I gave them preference over our skill sessions and worked my skill sessions around it. So where they couldn't come up with any form of excuse saying that they were short of time with the players. I think that helped, and maybe even the statement which was misquoted in the media also did help.
Yeah, I think definitely Jerome was misquoted. I don't think nobody who understands cricket would have ever believed that you meant that Sri Lanka was the worse fielding side than Malaysia or Afghanistan or anything like that. But I think the greater challenge now for Sri Lanka is New Zealand. It's always good to play in your own backyard because you know a thing or two about it. But what challenges, in your opinion, is in front of Sri Lanka?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very, very tough tour. This will show where we really stand in world cricket as well as team-wise and individual-wise as well. They are a very good bowling unit, so we'll have to bat with a lot of discipline. And if you don't bat for 140-60 overs on those wickets, the chances of you surviving or trying to win a game will be very limited. The players itself, they know that they have to stand up to this occasion. And also, I have noticed a scenario where most of these players have a receptiveness and all is very different to each other. So you have to deal with them individually. There are group sessions which we carry on trying to analyze the New Zealanders, but dealing with them individually, it puts them much more, the focusing is very much more and to get the best out of them. So I strongly believe a good challenge, and it will be good to see where we stand in world cricket.
Well, one of the issues that most people tend to discuss when it comes to cricket in Sri Lanka is about Sri Lanka's domestic cricket and about the first class structure that is in place in Sri Lanka. Now, the Cricket Board or SLC is looking at a new structure. Whilst they will respect the club tournament and club tournament will be given first class, they are now looking at a zonal structure. Now, how do you see this? Obviously positive, but how do you see this progressing?
Yeah, I mean, we have a long history behind our club system. I mean, that has been what has prevailed. We have been successful with that. The issue is that we have 14 teams, and of course, the talent and the standard could be diluted somewhat. And the zonal structure coming in, or the elite tournament which is going to come in, I think reduces the quantity and comes into more quality, which you have the best 60 or 70 players playing the tournament, which will be of better quality for sure. What I would like, of course, to emphasize is knowing that there is identity and a background coming from clubs who nurse all these premier players. I mean, before we get them to the national stream, they actually looked after by the club. And once they perform at domestic is where we pick them up. I would like to see the premier club being more professional, because I feel that they come, maybe it's due to finances or whatever. They sometimes, when they come into the national stream, I find that it's slightly unstructured and comes from a bit of an unprofessional environment to a very professional, structured environment. And they find it difficult to keep up with the benchmarks from the fitness area as well as the standard of cricket, what they need to compete at. So if we can support the clubs with a fully fledged staff, bringing trainers, physios, fielding coaches in, that will help them to bridge that gap or that void between domestic cricket and first class. So because you must understand that most of these players stay 6 to 8 months with their club.
Correct.
And only would play 2 months of zonal cricket. So we need to embed that into the first class club structure as well.
Yeah, I think that's very prudent and very well said, Jerome, because that's something that Sri Lanka cricket and the clubs in this country needs. As you correctly said, finances are an issue, and let's hope Sri Lanka cricket takes a cue out of what you say. Finally, I know you're a busy man, we can't keep you for too long. Tour of New Zealand about to happen, a lot of things that you need to do, but what are your aspirations? What do you want to be from here? Where do you want to go from here? You want to be the head coach of Sri Lanka, or you want to revert back to your old position and be the head of coaching at Sri Lanka? Now, don't tell me that you'll do what the board says. I'd like to know what you think.
Yeah, no, actually, when I was offered the job, it came as a surprise. I didn't know what to say at that point in time. I didn't want to decline it because I think my bread is buttered from Sri Lanka cricket, and I think they were in dire straits at that time when they asked me to take up the job. I'm enjoying the job. I mean, the players are fine. It's a good unit. We are in transition. We need to rebuild. There's a lot of good things and positives to look at, and personally to me as well. At this point in time, I wouldn't want to comment too far in it, but I'm quite enjoying my job with Sri Lanka cricket, and I think we'll have to see how it actually goes. I mean, I'll be always there, even if I'm not with the national team, here in the back end, supporting the players who are bound to make it to the national level.
Thank you, Jerome. It's good to know that you're enjoying, and so is the team. Well, Jerome Jayaratne as interim coach seems to be really enjoying his job. Well, the players have said that they're enjoying too. So many positive vibes. The environment is good. So let's hope that this positive environment will rub off positively, as one might say, with the Sri Lankan team, and Sri Lanka will continue to go from strength to strength. So that's it on yet another segment of Around the Wickets on the papare.com. We'll catch up with you again very soon.